welcome everybody to Onward VRML Season 13, Week 4. I am your host, Jamie, with my co-caster today, Tbnroil. How are you, TB?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Same old. Cannot complain. Got a brilliant game of Onward to bring the viewers today. We are going to see, Phantoms taking on Access Denied. It should be a pretty good game. Access Denied starting the season with a pretty good fashion. Do you want to go into their stats there, TB?
Yeah, and we looking at Access Denied, we will see on Suburbia that they are 100% win rate so far throughout this season, and only playing 3 games last season, so not much to go off for Access Denied. And for Phantoms, we looking at last season, since they've only played one match so far this season, we get to see that they are 2-4 on Suburbia. So I mean, knowing that Phantoms was Diamond last season versus Access Denied, which was barely ranked at 1170, so bronze. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, even though Phantoms were versing better teams, Access Denied is pretty good at Suburbia. So I mean,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, we did get a chance to catch one of their games most recently here on the VRML channel, and they definitely put up a pretty good fight there. I guess we could drill into the bans that were coming in from the sides today. I believe we are going to be getting a tanker ban from Phantoms and then cargo ban from Access Denied. So 2 of the smallest maps straight away being taken off the table. And then we're starting on Suburbia, which again, that's a small map. So very early on, we're going to see all the small maps just taken off the tables. Leads one to believe, to wonder where we're going to go.
Yeah, and looking at those bans, I'm looking at those bans, we can kind of presume that each team is banning off of weaknesses, as Phantoms don't really have a history with Tanker, and Access Denied don't really. I mean, with Cargo, they are 100% win rate, but just really doesn't look like they were wanting to verse Phantoms on that. If I did catch that correctly, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right. I mean, Access Denied banning Cargo is maybe they just don't like Cargo and they had to play it or something. I don't know. I mean, they are 100% win rate, so it does cause a bit of, you know, confusion.
Yeah.
But
that it does, and it does look like we have 5 people on each side, so this game is going to start very shortly. Quick shout out to the chat, people dropping by, Gentlemen and Chimichanga. Good to see you guys, and once we get up to this point, I think we'll start the game off with some predictions as to who you think is going to be the victor for the first map. But to that note, we will go into the first round of this game, and Phantoms on the attack, Access Denied on defense, and the first objective going to be the playground objective. Notorious to try and defend. Pre-fire already coming out from McQuilly's. Kind of what we'd expect from Phantoms. They know this map very well. They have great pre-fire lanes.
We are going to see Access Denied hold some pretty standard defensive spots. A lot of pre-fire coming out from both teams. Move a bit of flank.
Oh, what a play by Rossi. Takes out 2 members of Phantoms. Gets a trade himself, or, well, finds himself being taken out, but doing that work early on. Phantoms down to 3 players. Abito has made it into a good spot here. He should be able to catch at least 1 off guard, which may be Farragon.
A bot throwing some flashes. Does not look like it picked up anyone, but it get them out.
I mean, he has actually moved from his spot here, so Ferrigan could actually spot him from the playground if he moves around at the same time as the rest of the team. A good smoke coming out will block that vision also, so Abbott's not going to spot Ferrigan on his approach. Aquili's going to be the one to try and take out lane 3, though. Just putting some fire down. Not going to move the access denied defense.
Avot might being a little blind here because of the smoke. Might not be able to see it.
See all these smokes coming out. Phantoms, a team well versed with equipment usage. They've gone toe to toe with some of the best, you know, beginners, boss fight, and plenty of teams they've gone in. Aquili's going to be the one to come around now, but here's that movement, takes him out, but gives away his position to Tbnroil. Easily takes him out over in that corner there, and like that, we are seeing trades coming out. Oh, and Valhalla goes down to Tipo as well. Blondie being covered by the cap's coming out now.
Time. And the cap comes out! Wow. Beautiful. Hey,
that was a great play there by Phantoms, really, or, well, Tipo to be able to just go in there, take out the players around the objective, and then move in. Give the correct team the correct scores there. So, TB, let's get your analysis on that game. You were kind of emotional at the end there.
I mean, yeah, that was a risky play. I mean, you think about it. The smoke's fading. The enemy's about to see you. You have very few seconds to send that objective, and instead of waiting it out and maybe trying to go for the kill, or you go straight for the cap. I mean, that is, you gotta have some nerve to do that. It's just, wow.
That, yeah.
First round of the match, like, oh, that's gonna put us, like, any momentum or any, you know, pre-game talk that Access Denied had going on before, it's just going to be gone after that cap. I mean, that's devastating.
Possibly, but it is Onward, and there is a couple more maps yet to go, so you can't be too caught up on one cap. You just got to try and get that revenge cap. Access Denied having a very different approach now, and they have been given lane 1 spawn. So they are going to avoid quite a lot of pre-fire and get in a position to be able to kind of cover this overarching movement. Valhalla with the first kill onto Aquili's. As I was calling it out there, Nuclear now trying to approach through the bullets. Lots of pre-fire from both sides. Nuclear going to be the one to take out a member there. Pilot Viper going down for Access Denied. We do go into a 4v4.
Voltio 1.
So spots Nuclear underneath the bus there, moving around, and able to take him out, opening up this lane 4 approach. Not an area you want to be getting pushed on by Marsok. Especially when they're coming in from lane 3 as well. Blondie moving in very slowly, using this confusion. Abato splitting this defense really well now.
Nice 3v3 going on. Can go either way right now. AD Ross looking for Tipo over by the tank. Tipo's going to get the kill onto AD. Avot going for the cap behind the bush here. I don't believe you can cap behind there. Oh, you can. You can. Wow.
Apparently you can there. He did get that cap. And there you go. There's that revenge cap. You know?
Okay. disregard anything I said about momentum.
You just have to get that cap back. That's the important bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Apologies,
I mean, yeah, that's wow. Okay. I mean, I thought you couldn't cap behind there, but anymore, but you can, and well, I mean, Phantoms should have been watching there, but they weren't, and we were gonna see that A-Bot was gonna just take advantage of that and send an uplink from behind there, and so we'll see if we can get another cap from Phantoms, but I mean, two caps back to back, that's pretty uncommon. I mean,
well,
wow.
I don't know. On this objective, it's certainly something that is on the table, you know, with some good plays and distractions, you're able to get the defenders, get the attackers in there and catch the defenders off guard. But yeah, objective now going to change. Do want to give a quick shout out to some members in the chat. Delamiro coming in saying hello. How's it going? Good to see you. Idiot 8 Cookie. Good to see you. First time chatters. Carter and Mickey. Thank you for dropping by and watching the stream tonight. I guess we will.
Red card. I want to see the pre-fire coming from both sides here. Are there gonna be any kills? No pre-fire.
A lot of the time, expecting that from Phantoms a lot of the time, that, you know, that early kind of pre-fire down a lot of lanes. They've practiced it so well. Maybe they just don't want to give it away on a cast.
And or just the fact that, you know, teammates might run in front and get killed.
No, we do see that more often than not.
Yeah, it's all about that communication. It's looking like we're going to see a 4-1 push from the offense here.
Liking this movement from Nuclear. When Tipo just slowly making the way around on lane 4. Flash there just to check around the corner. Got to make sure nobody was kind of chilling behind the bushes there. But Rossi is going to be hearing all this. And last time we played, he did have some fantastic C4 plays. Smoke's now making the way out across the street. It's going to signal the approach coming in very shortly, so access denied. Got to kind of brace themselves and start watching some angles. Pre-fire coming out, but not going to land anywhere. Valhalla trying to get shots back into that. Gets taken out by Pablo. Pilot Viper gets a kill of his own onto Pablo, evening things out. And so far, we are now down to a 4v4. Nuclear gets taken down by Pilot Viper. He's doing so well to be able to hold this lane 3 and just put a stop to this onslaught. The smoke's now slowly dissipating.
Faragron and A-Bot face right next to each other. It gets picked off by A-Bot. Anyways, gotta check those angles as we saw yesterday.
Hostia, que hemos tú y yo.
¿Tenemos humos?
No.
Vamos a uno. Vacío cargador y vamos a uno.
¿A uno qué?
There's always
Two
the
pushing
risk.
from lane. Two on lane 4 here, pushing against the 4 on the defense. I believe Access Denied will have a pretty accurate kill count here. 2v3, my bad. But they still are pretty spaced out, so if they are able to take out Blondie and AD Rosie, then they might be able to cap, as A-Bot won't be able to see that capping line from the red car. The offense choose to rotate away anyways. So we will not be getting to see that push through lane 3 and 4.
No, we will not. Lane 1 being the most obvious approach, really, to be taken here. It's going to be kind of uncontested. You're not going to be watching too heavily for that kind of approach, especially considering there was a bit of an aggressive push there on Lane 4. It's always going to be a tough one, though, when you haven't got that equipment usage. All that went out very early on there. Quilly is going to be relying so much on this pre-fire, trying to get Tippo across the way and maybe provide a little bit of cover.
Something I like about this offense is about how communicative they're being with each other and how they're working together to push through. Not something you quite see often, as most teams like to go for, they have always those few players who are always wanting to go straight for the kills and not really communicate with their team. But Phantoms being around since season 7, they are going to be very acquainted with one another. So it's going to be really hard for Access Denied to be beating Phantoms here today, but doesn't mean they can't do it. As Access Denied does have some very great players on their team.
As Phantoms certainly have gone through a few changes over the past few couple seasons with their players. Seen more kind of come in and get taken in on the fold. Nuclear being the resident captain, has been since they began, though. He's able to provide and impart all that knowledge onto these new recruits. 45 seconds now remaining. The clock is slowly starting to tick. Doesn't look like Access Denied are going to look over onto lane 1, so Tippo's going to be able to make the cross. Quilly's slowly moving around on this corner. He's going to be coming into the firing line through in front of Abito very shortly. Tippo going to be the first to get taken down. Abito tries to run away, couldn't quite get away in time, and gets taken down. And just like that, Access Denied take the second point.
Yeah, I mean, second round, so just beautiful play on the defense to hold their position, not get peaky. I mean, it takes a lot of skill to just sit in a spot and trust your teammates to do their job and not let, smokes con on OJ and get capped on. So A-Bot sitting in their position and not peeking was a really great play by them on their hand. So, I mean, it worked out. Obviously, it could have ended in a cap if Phantoms were able to pick off 1 or 2 more people, but did not happen. So we are going to see it could be a round map decider here, but it could also go Phantoms on the defense, and we'll see we will be heading in our 4th round, but we could see a fifth round decider, which you don't get to say often.
No, you do not. But I do wonder if Phantom's not going to give away this point very easily. They know how to defend this objective. So Access Denied going to have a bit of a tough time being able to try and break through. Got Luke over on the kill feed as well. Nuclear with 2 kills, Pablo with 2 kills, Tippo Duro with 4 kills. Quilly's waiting to get on the board there, and Ferragon with 2 kills for Phantoms. And then we've got over on the Access Denied side, Rossi with 2 kills, Blondie with a kill, Abito with 5, Valhalla with 1, and Pilot Viper with 3. So pretty much everyone doing some work, doing their bit, getting the kills, and that's what you like to see. Round number 4 is underway, though. Phantoms on the defense, and again, not going to see any pre-fire coming out from this side.
We are going to see Aquilius throw a C4 onto the lane 3 fence. I don't think that will do much, but if someone stands right against this brick wall, I might be able to pick them off.
Guess it certainly comes down to who has the clacker. I mean, are they using it as a defensive and the explosion on it? I don't know.
I feel like that C4 is a bit, too aimed up. So I think if you're right underneath it.
Oh, the team kill. No. Just like that, Pablo also gets a kill, taking out Abato. And access denied, down to 3 already. The nade coming out, it's a good nade. Not quite to the right enough, so Valhalla's going to stay safe for now.
Losing your 2 top fraggers in the first minute is not ideal, so hard.
No, it is not. Rusty also going down to Tippo, holding this lane 4 well. Blondie going to be the next to try and make this approach here. Blondie does have the knowledge of Tippo's positioning. Not quite able to spot him through the gaps though, and he will fall foul to that. Valhalla getting the kill over onto Ferrigan. Desperately trying to get what kills he can, but could just be too little too late.
Has to go for the ace here if they want to win. Great play if it does come to an ace. I'd love to see that, but it's Phantom, so it's going to be really hard. I mean, picks off Aquiles.
That's the second.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 more to go.
I think it looks like he's got nuclear in sight. Technically, he hasn't got to get the ace. If he can just move along. He's got to take nuclear out, though. Nuclear is going to be the key one, but the trade comes out, giving Phantoms their 3rd point of the night, evening things out, and we will see us, well, it's a round 5 decided, but technically would be round 7.
Yeah.
Is this going the way that you kind of expected it to go, TB?
100%. I really thought it would be close, but I also thought maybe that, Access Denied could maybe take Phantoms on this, so with Phantoms' past stats recently. But, I mean, Phantoms also is a very good team, has been playing for a while. Access Denied also being a pretty good team. They've won 2 out of their 5 matches, which, I mean, being an EU, the EU has less teams, so you're going to be put up against a lot better teams right away. So, I mean, I really thought it was going to be pretty close, but I also was, hoping that, it wasn't going to be, I knew it wasn't going to be a Phantoms blowout right from the beginning because, I mean, Suburbia isn't Phantom's best map, but I mean, I really thought it would go this way, but the caps, I did not think were going to come out that way, but did, so it's got me on my tippy toe.
Certainly made this map a lot quicker than possibly we'd like it to go, and all this back and forth, Gotta love that little bit of argy-bargy and a bit of battling going on. Next objective is going to be the Spawn House objective. It's going to be, so Access Denied could have a pretty easy time defending this. As long as you hold the lines of push, which they've been doing really well, generally Volt will take it. It does take a very good and strong attack from Marsok to be able to kind of sneak by and get a member over there without the defenders knowing. So round number 5 is on its way now. Decider for map number 1. Still got 2 more maps to bring to you tonight. Pablo going to be the first one to make the crossover on the threshold. Kind of eases up just to check and see what's going on. Ferrigan got to bring up the backup. Don't want to bunch up too much. One stray nade or a quick C4 definitely will take you out. Rossi in a pretty standard kind of position over here. You certainly are able to pick up a kill or 2 before people realize that you are there. As standard as it is, it's still a difficult shot position to get a shot onto. We've seen a bit of a change of pace from Phantoms. They started out very aggressive, lots of pre-fire going on, and as the game's gone on, the Avs just slowed down and getting a bit more cautious on these approaches and kind of waiting for their team to meet up and provide a cohesive attack. Pablo with the first kill for this round. Does take out Pilot Viper all the way over on the spawn house. Nice long range shot there.
Vale.
Indeed.
Izquierda.
We are going to see Nuclear pushing up through lane 1. Maybe being able to either pick off Valhalla, checking those windows, and or get picked off themselves. But it looks like we are going to be seeing them fight here pretty soon. Unless Nuclear is just too low that they aren't being able to be seen. Valhalla does stick back in, so it doesn't look like we will get to see that fight I was hoping for. Well, as I say that, Valhalla repeaks, but Nuclear's too low to be seen.
Yeah, those night vision goggles not giving away his position. So we'll live to be able to try and make this push, but Blondie definitely going to be the one to kind of put a stop to it. So they do need to be assaulting the mid-house, take control of there, and then call that out so that you can make your push. Rossi finds himself 2 kills, putting the stop to the lane 3, and Quillies pushes around the corner pretty quick there, takes out Rossi. Valhalla finding the kill onto Tippo as he's moving onto Nuclear's position, and Phantom's now down to 2. Got to really work together to bring this back.
Nuclear in a really tough position right now. Gets picked off by Valhalla,
Another one
leaving it
down.
all up to Achilles.
This is super difficult when you haven't got any equipment. See the lasers periodically checking the playground here. Not the angle I would personally approach from as the last person.
Looking at Achilles, they're going to have to either take out A-Bot and Valhalla. And then they might be able to, you know, throw a smoke up onto center and blind Blondie him. They could go for the cap, but it's going to be really hard for Achilles to do anything here.
And the first smoke is coming out here. Not going to be good enough to block Valhalla's vision, so he's going to have to try and make this cross here. It does get spotted out, taken down, and access denied. Take the first map 4-3. Well, it's certainly a bit of a shake-up there, wouldn't you agree there, TB?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looked like the first 2 rounds, it was offense, and then it went straight to defensive trading until the end. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, looking at the stats, one could predict that it was going to go access denied's way, but Phantoms also being the team they are, also could have gone to them as well. And with that, we do head to the next map, which is Subway. And be nice change, well, a bit different change of pace, but at the same time, it's a bit some long range areas you can shoot through.
Yeah, I think if you break it down, it comes down to just very small aspects of the map. And you do, in Vault generally are trying to get those long range picks onto Marsoc as they're trying to make the way around the map and onto the objective. But it can be really tough. There's a lot of angles where you just got so much cover that Marsoc can just about avoid bullets and then come in through random flanks or, you know, just a crazy play.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that on the last map we weren't seeing pre-fire. I mean, we did in the first, maybe the first Marsoc round from Phantoms, but besides that, we didn't really see anything afterwards. And I'm not even from the Volk on playground objective. So, I mean, I don't know. It might be that we're being casted. We can't give our strats away, and/or who cares? I mean, it's just. I mean, I really thought there would have been a lot more pre-fire, but I don't know.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. And just want to give a quick shout out to the chat. Like to do it. How's it going, people? Thank you very much for dropping by and providing your support there. It's good to see you all chatting about the game, talking about your winners there, and we have had a few follows while we have been casting here. John the player, Carter Hui 6969. Thank you very much for your follows. Nice to see you also, Identity Crisis. Always in chat and watching these streams. The support means a lot. So round number 1 is going to go underway now for map number 2. This is Access Denied map pick. Market objective going to be the first one. And we've got to see how Phantoms decide to defend against the attack.
Achilles with another C4 placement over by Dumpster might be able to pick off Avot and AD Viper and Pilot Viper if they do push this way, and Achilles sitting maybe close enough just to hear them shoot or throw smokes. But I don't know if they will be able to hear the footsteps coming from north.
I mean, it's still really good placement, though. It's not going to be somewhere you're going to check, especially if, like, you go around there and somebody starts putting fire down on you. I guess patience is going to be the key thing here. Gotta wait until you know it's the right moment. Or do you take that first player out? It does look like we've just had a drop, though, on the Access Denied side. Abbott has spotted the C4. Tries to take it out with a knife successfully.
Is Achilles going to notice that their C4 thing is off?
I want to see.
Beautiful job by Aiden spotting that. I mean, just...
I want to catch him with the clacker and being like, why is he not working?
Doesn't look like Achilles is going to reach for their clacker, knowing that it is out.
How would he know, though?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, the first kill going to Achilles, taking out Abbott, and Access Denied. Now down to 3 because of that drop. This push going to be somewhat difficult now.
Well, they could also use it to their advantage, having Phantoms not the good kill count. But with that, we also see a trade from Valhalla and Paragon, but Paragon is probably going to get revived here. Which leaves it all up to Rosie and Blondie.
Yes, Rossi and Blondie gonna have to push out through the Marsoc spawn, but Nuclear has been hearing this and calling it out. Got the backcourt from Tippo. It's gonna be a very tough push here. Needs some equipment. Oh, the trade coming out between Nuclear and Rossi. Both of them able to be revived, so they're getting the call-outs. Blondie coming around to get the revive for them. Tippo trying to get the revive for them. And here comes the race onto the revive. Tippo out in the open. Doesn't quite get there in time. Does trade with Rossi, and Blondie all alone now. Got a push on 3 Phantoms.
Achilles going to go for the refrag here. A bit late, but Blondie... Flash is not going to hit Blondie. Blondie's still going to be peeking. Is Achilles going to push this, or are they just going to sit there? Phantoms take round number 1 on map 2.
That they do, and that now's tight defense working in their favor. Couple trades there, and I think the drop also. We do see the member Pilot Viper back in the game now. Good to see. Not too many issues coming out there. But yes, Phantoms starting off with a good start. Got to get that momentum rolling. Access Denied. Obviously picked this for a reason. So I imagine they've got some plays, some strats that they're going to throw out for their for some of these objectives.
When looking at the stats for both teams, Subway, I mean, Access Denied hasn't won it yet, but they have won 3. They won. They almost took it against their against Boogeymen, also known as Bad Boys. So I mean, oh wait, that was last season. That is my bad. We'll go to this season, see if they played it. But I mean, the last season they almost took it once out of the 3 games. And looking at Phantoms, Subway they were 2-6 on it last season. So Subway this season 50% win rate for Access Denied. So it's a toss up for both.
That is, and we're going to get some pre-round planning from Access Denied as they go into the second round, trying to get their defense. And Phantoms being given the same spawn, not going to be on this objective anytime soon.
They opt not to push through the north.
There's the C4 placement by Rossi just as you come out of that overpass. We'll see how that works out for them. We did see it in the last game where they got a brilliant C4 onto Virtual Secret. So we'll see if they can revive that that play.
Could also get C4 baited here with run out. Rosie blows it without knowing how to know where really Nuclear is. Nuclear is giving away their position though, so I mean Rosie probably has a great understanding of where the enemy is. So yeah, the C4 is definitely could work. It could also not work. I mean, they don't have a bot to spot off that C4, so. And we do get to see A-Bot place the C4 himself over in the north. Great spot. Might get picked off, but...
Oh, the team kill with a nade. That's unfortunate, especially when they kill themselves where they can't even get the revive. Nuclear now down. That is pretty devastating. Pablo, got to go for that revive here.
That tenant conversation is not going to be fun.
El que está herido, me imagino que no está hablando porque hay gente, ¿verdad? Da un toque. Os sale que hay un herido, ¿no?
Ooh, Rosie getting peeky.
Does take it out Nuclear, or well, finishes him off. Hearing all these call-outs, you gotta do what you gotta do. Certainly stole a kill there, though. But we won't tell.
Ooh, a green smoke thrown by Pablo. Good thing it was in a corner away from the play, as those aren't allowed. But it's not going to affect the game, so. Oh, that flash is going to hit Rosie. But also hits the rest of Phantoms. Ooh, when's Rosie going to blow that? Blow that now.
Don't want to get taken out. 3! I told you. Watch those plays.
Rosie.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh. All of Phantoms went out to a grenade and 1 C4. No shots were exchanged between the two.
That's got to feel good
Wow.
as well.
Rosie getting 4 kills, stealing one from Phantom's teammate, but I mean, wow.
That's gonna
Rose.
Yeah, it's gonna feel good when they go into that chat. So,
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. The patience there is unbelievable. As soon as I would have heard there was someone past my C4 line, I was like, okay, time to blow. But no, Rosie has that discipline, which is extremely hard and rare to come by. But, I mean, you were right. That C4 play was going to work out, and at first I was skeptical, like, oh, they might get picked out. That's a pretty common place to put it. No, you were right. They were going to pick off all three. Just unbelievable.
It well and truly was. Definitely got to clip that for the highlight reel. It's nice to just see those plays coming out. And we will see a change in objective now. Not going to go too far away though as we move over near the south stairs. Very difficult one for Volt to defend. Lots of smokes do kind of come out and you've got to be a little bit spread out. We have seen Caps in some awful positions, so it just proves that you've got to be watching every alley and every approach, and you don't want to leave even just one person randomly around. But the countdown is going, so we will go into round number 3 for map number 2. Phantom's got to take this to stay in the series.
But not quick spawn for Marsoc, so it's going to be easier for Phantoms to push up and get into positions that you normally wouldn't see. So will Phantoms take a hold of that, or are they going to be scared that the north push is coming? But when looking at Marsoc, we are going to see an entire push coming out from the Marsoc, so all rotated up through the north.
We are seeing this more and more now, these 5-man pushes on objectives, and generally when we're seeing them, they work out. But Pablo, it's a little bit out there, able to take out Pilot Viper. That is the first kill for round number 2. Goes back into his position as quick as he came out. Abbott's got to call this out to his teammates, and it's certainly going to put a stop to this approach here. I wouldn't want to move past those lines of sight.
You know, and something really fascinating here is if you look at the kills and deaths from each team, Rosie's the only person on Axis and IDEV kills right now, so if they lose Rosie up here in West Alley, it could be devastating. Especially with Farragon having his C4 under the sign. It is spottable though. C4 is very spottable. Just will the Marsoc shoot it. Oh, 80, Rosie does see it and has the knife out. One noise and it's all over for Rosie. Rosie gets it.
Oh, Pablo not quite, Valhalla not quite able to get the shots onto Pablo as Valhalla aggressively pushes around there. Rossi gets the kill onto Farragon after taking out that C4, and just like that, this attack slowly starting to take out, but Tippo does take out Rossi and Blondie as they did line up there. Not something you want to be doing.
All up to Valhalla, all the way over, and Catwalk Alley.
This all of a sudden becomes a very big uphill challenge for Valhalla. Nuclear is very exposed though. Quick peek will find him getting shot, and the C4 coming out from Achilles, hearing the movement, didn't actually spot that myself. Very nice way to end this round.
I mean, just the C4 plays tonight are absolutely insane. I mean, and still, I mean, Rosie has 7 out of the 8 kills. I mean, that's just incredible, and I mean, it's really close up on Phantoms, but I'd rather have it close than having only two players with kills and one of them having 7 in the 3rd round. So
most definitely, and Yeah, Phantom's just looking really strong here. Access denied. Probably going to be a little bit worried as they don't want to allow them to be able to just sail through on these Vault wins. You've got to push to try and get that Marshot win and take that second map and close things out here. But if Phantoms...
Yeah, if you take that second map and you...
The question will come down to, you know, are we going to see a cap from Phantoms? We've already seen one that was done in a brilliant fashion. This objective is very capable.
Closing out that second map and having that, already knowing you've won the series is, like I said yesterday, relieves that stress. And I mean, you might not take that third map, but in the end of the day, you've won, and that's what really matters. So you don't want to let Phantoms take this map and creating all this anxiety between the two. And if Phantoms takes that second map, then they'll have the momentum to go into the third. But Access Denied can continue to hold on, then it would be, that third map might not be as exciting, but at least they know they've won. And I think that's kind of what happened with Boss Fight yesterday, but ooh.
Blondie game, very aggressive here. It's a good spot though, always works out. And you're guaranteed at least one kill usually. Just depends how attentive the opposing team are.
We are gonna we are gonna be seeing a similar C4 here from Rosie, where Paragon had theirs, but just a little bit higher and out of knife range. Might be able to pick off Achilles and Phantom if they wait long enough.
Yeah, but Rossi definitely got to try and work out some new spots now and shake up these C4 placements as we do keep picking them out. Sorry about that, but stop placing them so good.
I see A-Bot has a clacker, so I'm gonna go find that one as well. And I already found it. A beautiful C4, it kind of blends in with that light, so I mean, might not be get spotted because it is dark and high up, but knowing Phantoms, they might spot that one. But A-Bot's gonna have that, so if Pilot Viper goes down, then they sure know to blow that one.
Yeah, what I like about C4s as well is you can kind of use them as cues for certain things. So even just to signal, you know, to your team that the push is coming in, and without having to call it out if you're in a position where you can't really call anything out, that could be really useful as well. A lot of the strats that you come up with in game, you know, people come up with every day.
Yep, A-Bot did blow their C4, and then Pilot Viper swings and gets a kill.
Rossi sets off there. C4 takes out a nuclear, and Aquili's got to push in on their own now. And just like that, we did see that south push get put a stop to. Aquili's now with the smoke trying to block vision, and we are going to potentially see Blondie come to a head here at the bottom of the stairs against Tippo, trying to stay silent and get in without being known. I think all this movement though is giving away his position. Blondie very alert now.
Achilles does rotate across the fire of the two. Oh, a frag
nice.
coming out in one.
And gets to confirm through the smoke. Well played.
Achilles is going to get swinged by Pilot Viper here, and it's going to go in favor of Access Denied, bringing it back to a 2-on-2.
As it will. A fantastic nade though, and to get the confirm through that smoke, just, you know, with the pre-fire. gotta feel good, you know. At least you know you're getting that kill. But
Yeah.
yeah, Access are now going to take that second point and keep things matched up. But if Phantoms continue with these vault wins, they will be able to sail through.
Yeah. Which would bring us to a third map decider, which is, I mean, depending on the teams, you know, common, uncommon, but I mean, if I'm gonna switch, you know, go play some EU, if I ever get paired up against Access Denied, I'm gonna tell them there's gonna be C4 everywhere. I mean, they're on point. I mean, especially if you're versing Rosie here, I mean, it's gonna be really hard to pair up against people like that who are just so talented with their C4 that they know when to blow it. And especially, I mean, with that 3-piece we saw earlier, I mean, I feel like Access Denied could definitely hold their own on the bulk, but if Phantoms just keep trading, it will, like you said before, it will go for Phantoms. But and again, Access Denied are gonna have to bring some power, and it's the first objective where we move downstairs all the way to the lower platform. So we are most likely going to see some more C4s this round, but it'll be interesting where they put them. I see Achilles is running a C4, and I see Paragon is also running a C4, so we'll keep you guys updated where they put them. Paragon gonna throw their C4 on the north stairs leading into the lower place. Achilles placing theirs on the exit to service tunnel into middle platform.
Two very good C4 placements, really. Just gotta be sitting out and waiting to see where they push now. Like I say, you can use that to signal the push coming in from Marsoc to your team without having to call it out. We are going to see a pretty standard defense with only Achilles being the far off player here. Gets the first kill onto Pilot Viper. Very nice long range shot there, all the way onto the overpass stairs from the south. And the Access Denied, already down one player.
With losing a player up in the catwalk or overpass, you now have the confusion, where did my player get picked off from? So unless calls came out, you did just lose a player, and the 5v4, and now what I like to call is the trade down, where you just continue trading until there's one player left. And so if that happens, then Phantoms will be out on top, but that rarely ever happens. This Nuclear gonna find Valhalla here. This Valhalla was peeking earlier, but decided to back off a bit.
I mean, I have been watching. He's been watching for a very long time. Unfortunately, not able to connect those shots there. Valhalla going to be the one to come out on top. Tippo, though, alerted to the fact that this approach here. Tries getting a flash out, but Valhalla didn't push. Swings around, and the trade's going to come out there.
Ooh, this could be devastating for Phantoms.
Yep. 3 versus 3. Achilles being pretty far off the objective there. He's really got to move in. Going to be watching for Abato, though. So he is in a prime position to do that. The question is, though, is that really what you want to be doing at this moment?
And what happens? I mean, they lost service tunnel. They have to defend. If Abba is able to get around without Achilles seeing, they could push in from the north, and then Pablo's pinched, dies. Farragon has to defend with their life. They have the C4, so they could take out a bot, but if they fail to do so, then that objective is wide open for them to rush in and cap, and Achilles is going to have to suffer the consequences of being super far off objective. But Achilles might opt in to go for a flank and abandon that middle platform. But I mean, it would be in my opinion, more valuable to go for that flank. And as I say that, Achilles is rotating down.
Let's just hope it's not too little too late as Rossi and Blondie are getting ready to push out from the service tunnel now. Gonna have Pablo to contend with as he is watching this lane like a hawk. Could get a kill before they realize the flank could possibly come down. Now Achilles is on the back of these players here. They hear it. You can see the laser. There goes one. Not quite able to connect. Oh, does connect on the second one at the last second. Great flank.
And now a 2v1. Ava all by themselves. Even though Phantom, I mean, the kill counts are going to be horribly off by both teams, which could be in the favor of Ava, as Paragon and Phantom were not going to receive the call about how many people were killed over on Service Tunnel, so it might still be thinking that Service Tunnel still has two or three people in it, and they don't know how many kills they got as Nuclear traded, and then just a bunch of kills coming from that area. But they might be able to guesstimate, but if they aren't, then Abbott might have a bit of an upper hand, knowing that they are the last person alive and that no matter what happens, they have to take out a few people. Oh, Abbott sees the head of Pablo. Or do they not? I thought they just did. Yeah, they definitely do. And there goes the kill.
Ooh, the C4 just a little bit too early there, unfortunately. It's going to be this one-on-one battle, but 40 seconds remaining. Abato got to push in. Farragon in a prime position. Definitely got the advantage here. Nicely sitting behind the Coke cans. Well, the Coke machine. Gotta make a decision on... Oh, the battle coming out. Farragon must have possibly been blinded there, just firing into the smoke. Abato pushes through and gets the kill, giving access denied the Marsop point they needed.
Now they have to defend.
Yeah, but it's gonna, you know, you're gonna be bolstered on that. If they take this point, they have just taken a game from a very seasoned team.
Yeah, and I mean, if they are able to take this, it would be a huge blow to Phantoms. And not only it would boost their MMR, as currently they're sitting with a master rank, but then again, the ranks aren't fully, you know, we're only 4 weeks in, so the ranks aren't going to be completely accurate, but it would still let them continue having that star. And I mean, obviously you can boast about having that, even though it's probably be gone by in a few weeks, but it's a great boast even for a younger team to just say we beat Phantoms and we're a master team now. But obviously with the MMR, it has a different story, but still a fun thing to talk about.
And it is indeed. So Phantoms here gotta pull out something good on this attack now. The cap certainly has got to come out.
There's only 17 seconds left on that round, so Paragon was able to just wait until that flash dissipated. They might have been able to catch Abato going for that cap, and they're back sticking right out of that smoke, and they could have killed them, but opted to try and defend with their life, as most people would have done. But I mean, just not knowing that information we know is always super hard to combat.
Certainly can be. We will go into the next round though. Round number 6 coming at you.
Abato placing a C4 and a relatively maybe few maybe a meter or two off of where Baragon placed their C4, and do believe there was another C4 I spotted, so I'm going to find that.
This is a pretty slow attack coming in from Phantoms here. Just feel the pressure, but seeing through the wall there, how many are actually coming out of this service tunnel? I hope Pilot Viper is prepared for this.
Sí, estoy contigo.
Valhalla gets the first kill onto Nuclear up on the middle platform there. Good position.
I did hear Pilot Viper give off the call that there were people in service, so we will, Access and I will know that there are people in service. I did not catch how many as they were whispering into their microphone, but your team will definitely know. Ooh, a nasty flash coming out from Pilot Viper, barely passing through the crack in the box.
Yep, it is a tough one to kind of hold on your own there. You don't want to be getting caught out, not able to get that and flash far enough, but the trade certainly will come out. Pilot Viper takes out Tipo, Valhalla, and Quilly's going out. Pablo able to now just push through this service tunnel. Berrigan going to be able to get the revive onto Aquili's, and we're going to see a 3-on-3. Can't really say in favor of either side, is that, you know, pushing down these stairs for Marsoc super difficult, and if Access Denied start losing their defenders, it then becomes that much bigger challenge.
Maybe Phantoms will use the ability of pinching Rosie here, as Rosie isn't running a C4 this round, so...
No, it does look like Rossi forgot to throw out that C4 there. So, got to watch for Aquili's approach here. Isn't going to check on that corner, may do. Oh!
Pablo... Achilles goes down though. Pablo will know where Rosie is sitting. Second smoke comes out. It's going to blind Achilles if they peek that corner.
Oh, not quite able to spot Rossi sitting there in that corner. Pablo, though, hears the gunshots, but they were silenced. You're not going to quite actually going to be able to accurately pinpoint this positioning. And Rossi has a quick peek there just to check if anyone's coming from the service tunnel. Pablo is slowly making their way.
Berrigan making a bunch of noise.
Oh, the trade comes out 1v2 now. Berrigan, Pablo all alone, got to take out 2 members of Access Denied. 1 minute remaining. Certainly is possible. Got all this equipment around you. And a couple seconds scavenging, see what you can find.
Phantom's definitely on the downside here with only one person versus Access Denied. If Access Denied can continue to defend this well, then it will go in favor of Access Denied. But with these corners of how they're watching, if
Well,
Blondie goes out, they could push up quite close to objective and then hit Abbott. But ooh, a beautiful frag, but it's not going to pick up Blondie.
just checking on that coat machine. It's what you got to do. Not quite able to get the shots. Oh, well, does in the last second. Blondie and Pablo trading their access denied, taking the the final point for the second map, and takes the second map and the series. Wow. I'm interested to know in chat. I mean, I've been watching the predictions going on. Everyone was going Phantoms. Access denied have come out on an astounding fashion. TB, what's your thoughts?
I think that Phantoms really should have maybe placed their smokes a bit farther out from the angles they're peeking, as that will bind you, but also checking those angles is also something that I feel like Phantoms could have done better. Access Denied doing a great job of just being able to hold down and on defense and taking that one Marsoc round that really turned the tides of the match. And Access Denied is going to secure the third win of the season, beating them to a 3-3. But it's not over yet. We still have one more map with Downfall.
That we do. Downfall going to be the third and final map. Phantoms pick. I mean, if we take a look on the points, it's only Phantoms are on 5 and Access Denied are on 8. So if Phantoms can take this map to them and just balance out that MMR, or well, balance out those points, the MMR loss will be very minimal. So probably one of the better choices that you could make for this final map. You know your team aren't quite au fait with it, or have got the cohesion down that's required. Neither side going to make any changes, so we were still going to see Nuclear, Pablo Crumper 33, Tbnroil, Achilles, Farragon playing for Phantoms, and Rossi, Blondie, Abato, Valhalla, and Pilot Viper playing for Access Denied. Shout out to the chat. Thank you all for dropping by and watching this game through to the end. Got one final map to be bringing you tonight, and it's certainly going to be a fun one. It's good to see you there, Shivas. See you over in many of these streams. Shotgun Malone, Honest Cat, Sandy 2025, and Posible. How's it going? So round number 1 coming at you. Downfall, map number 3, Access Denied have taken the series, but Phantoms can certainly take this opportunity to balance out some MMR. Rossi getting very aggressive there, goes out in the open, just narrowly avoids getting taken out though. In a very, very strong position here though.
Okay, I'm taking shots.
It's always tough on Downfall as Marsoc, because there's just so many buildings that you've got to be watching, and you don't want to allow Volt to get those aggressive positions that Rossi has taken there. It's definitely going to put a stop to any intending approach, as you've got to take him out. We'll be watching for any crosses, and he's got that overarching look onto the objective as well. It's such a powerful position. There's the first kill from it. Fantastic long-range shot there onto Marsoc Towers.
Not too sure.
Yeah, having a player in that position is just devastating for the offense, as now you have to worry about center bungalow, and they can see all angles that you really have to shoot into, and the players, I mean, it's a pretty dark window to watch into. And with that, we're going to see a snipe come out from Valhalla. Another kill by Rossi, bringing it down to a 2v5 in favor of access denied.
Yep, access denied, looking very strong for this third map here. Phantoms only down to 2. Not got a kill yet. It's certainly going to be a very, very tough cross. Got to try and take mid hotel with this one and try and work together with your team to be able to get those peaks into the windows. Mid hotel will be fairly uncontested, but he has got to get past Rossi, who's in such a great position. We're seeing the bipod come out here from Valhalla. Very interesting choice to take. Do not see that all too often.
I'm just firing a few pots. He's trapped inside at the moment.
I mean, you got to
Pablo
kill
gonna... Pablo does make it to lower dumpster, getting out of the sights of... And Fair... Ooh, barely missing. As Rossi peaks the angle there. Valhalla not even looking towards this west road. It could be a... I mean, if Rossi doesn't look... If no one looks west road, they could easily march up to even helicopter bungalow without being spotted, as no one really is watching that angle. And then it's pretty much over for Phantoms there, as, I mean, but Paragon does get spotted by Rossi,
Down, lower dumpster.
exposing their plan.
Yeah, it's a tough deal there. Pablo, though, getting the kill onto Valhalla. That first kill that was needed. Rossi getting out overexposed. Just narrowly avoids getting taken out there. And unfortunately for Pablo, gives away their position without getting a kill.
But does have the upper hand of knowing where Rossi is. Maybe going to go for a rotation and pick off Rossi here. Will they get the pick? Rossi does move a bit. Is looking for the rotation from Center Hotel. Each of them having different plans of where one could be.
Yeah, like I say, you know, this position here, you can just watch that lane and just watch for anyone trying to approach. I mean, if they decide to take the far back wall, they should be pretty well covered. Doesn't seem like Pablo is going to be taking that, getting a little bit hung up on Rossi's position. 1 minute 20 remaining, got a lot of ground to cover here. You don't want to be desperately rushing in the last 30 seconds, as it's basically what Volk are watching for.
Rossi's going to know where Phantom is, but is Phantom still going to be able to pick off Rossi here?
And the gunshot's giving Rossi that knowledge that the push is coming in. Able to just gets around the corner in time. Oh, that was unlucky for Pablo, as he was Rossi was definitely out in the open for a couple seconds there. That onward timing coming in, and Rossi going to be the victor, getting the kill there and giving access denied the first point for map number 3. What are the stats saying, TB, for downfall for these teams?
Looking at Phantoms, Downfall is one of their most played maps last season. And looking at Downfall for Access Denied, it hasn't been played yet for them this season. But if we look at their last season's record, we are going to see that they played it. They had a 100% win rate on this map, only playing it once, but they took 4 out of 5 rounds on it. So maybe Phantoms made, I mean, Access Denied made a good choice of taking this map against Phantoms.
Well, it is Phantom's map pick, so they definitely got to be confident with it. And the countdown is going into these rounds pretty quick now for this third map.
My bad, Phantoms map.
It's a long day, don't worry.
No, that's the problem though. It's only in the afternoon for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem, though.
I need to get more sleep.
That you do. Access denied, getting the Morsot twin spawn there. Going to be able to go with a standard approach. We're going to get some pre-fire coming out from Phantoms over onto the spawn there. Not going to quite land. Seeing a very different defense here, with Phantoms being basically situated all around the objective, and access denied, sending somebody through the valley, 2 going through the center, and then 2 coming from the north.
And when we look at from where Tbnroil is sitting, it's quite common but very powerful position. And as you say that, they are going to pick off their first kill.
Uno menos por la
Maybe
parte
might be able to
de
pick off a
allá,
second
que
and or a
es
third.
más o menos.
Vale, tío, uno aquí cerca del API.
These pushes coming in pretty quick here. Aquili's able to spot a couple there. Tbnroil gets a kill, and oh well, I think the second kill for this map. Yep, there it is. Phantom's just looking strong on this defense. Access denied, getting caught out in the open, and that's what you get punished for on this map. Do not want to be caught out in the open. And as quick as the action did start there, it certainly has now just slowed down a touch, as Abato and Valhalla got to work together, start talking to each other. The communication certainly has dropped here. I wonder if that just shows the confidence in the on this map for this side.
Looks like Abato and Nuclear are going to be seeing each other relatively soon here. They're both watching Eagles just past each other.
I think Nuclear is going to be the one to spot Abato there. Does spot the movement, not able to connect those shots though. So Abato will live to be able to call out this position.
Does hurt Abato a bit though, so Abato's might have to use a syringe. Does have to use a syringe here, so puts them down to about halfway health. So
Three minutes now on the clock. Access denied, still only down to 2. Phantoms up 4. Valhalla has got to come in and try and relieve Abato. Gets caught out in the open by Tbnroil. Great pick there, just watching at the right time. And Abato all alone here.
very pinched here for Abato. Just going to be really hard for them to make any movements as they are called out, and Phantom's kill count is pretty accurate right now, so it's going to be really hard. They might have to crawl, get to a position where they aren't seen, and hit them from a new angle, but going to have a lot of eyes on them.
It's never fun being that last vault member, the last member for any of them, because you just know all the eyes are on you. And Achilles does spot the movement, takes out Abato, and Phantoms are going to take their first point for map number 3. Shout out to the chat. Good to see you guys still here and watching the game. I think I've already asked, but has it gone the way that you would have expected it? I think Phantoms certainly have had some roster changes over the past season or two. These newer members just working their way in and getting used to these maps, but they're still out there doing work. We all see, Aquili's with 2 kills, Tbnroil with 3 kills, Pablo with a kill, but Rossi ahead with 4 kills on for Access Denied, and Valhalla and Pilot Viper having a kill each. People doing the work. Downfall is just a difficult map when you're new. And the countdown has just gone, so we will go round number 3 now. Bringing you the action. Phantoms back on the attack. We will get an objective change. Goes into a very, very awkward position for Volk as we go over to the far eastern stables. What do you think to this objective there, TB? Do you like this one?
To cap on it, insanely hard, and pushing on offense, I do not like. Defending it, I love it. I love defending this one.
So you'd be in the stable somewhere or more so.
I mean, if you ask me to cap on this objective, I'm going to tell you no. You ask me to get kills on this objective for offense, sure, I'll do it, but like, it's hard. This one's hard to push on offense, and they got rid of the quick spawn. You saw a lot last season where it was right there in South Valley, and you could storm up into the Marsoc twins before the Volk could, and so you'd see really weird positions the Volk would be holding for the first minute or so. Just try not to get picked off, but moved it a bit farther back.
Eden Abato going to be the first one to get a kill for Access Denied. Going to hinder any push from Phantoms as they get a little bit antsy as to where those bullets did come from. Abato in a very good position here. Berrigan got to be able to call this out to Tipo. And I don't think he actually can pinpoint it though. Decides to take the same approach, and in these scenarios you've got to see the dead body and realize maybe this isn't the approach for me. More gunshots coming out from Pablo as he checks these windows. No one's sitting in there though, so it just gives away his position. And Phantom's slowly moving up in a nice line here to try and take the objective. Berrigan also goes down to Abato's position there. Ignored the warning of his dead body, or of the dead body that was there. Tipo decides to try his chances here too.
Took shots from near hotel.
Not able to connect the shots. 2 minutes 40 have 2 minutes 20 have gone already. Phantom's got to start making a bit of a move and get some kills here. Quillis does just that, takes out Pilot Viper, and he decides to give up, I believe.
No lo puedo rematar. No sé si lo tumbé o está muerto.
We are going to see a revive come out from Tipo onto Pharaon here.
Joder, no sé de dónde me ha matado.
Going to give them back up to a 4v4, and if the call out came out from Abato saying that they have 2 kills, then the kill count's going to be very off for Access Denied.
And it will, and I can see the smoke there on his friend's dead body. Great smoke placement from Tipo. Completely covers Abato's vision there. We should be able to just approach around nicely here, but we're seeing more lasers coming in from Valhalla. Gets the kill. Nice long-range shot there, spotting that movement.
Is Farragon gonna follow another dead teammate's line as well, or are they gonna try to push into that a different way this time? Oh, and almost a team kill coming out from Farragon. Gotta check those tablets.
Have we got a teammate in centre bungalow?
2 minutes remaining on the clock here, and lots of gunfire coming out from these guys. Abato finally getting the kill onto Ferrigan. Like you said, going to have a bit of a different kill count there. Valhalla taking out Pablo, whilst Aquili's taking out Rossi.
Vale, Colina cayó.
Aquili's, though, is all alone now.
Quilly's in a good spot to take out this defense, though, as no one can really watch their approach. If they take out Valhalla, then they have this entire, they have the entire south to themselves, and it'll really hold. And then they can maybe throw some smokes on objective, causing some confusion against the defense. But they only have around a minute and 15 seconds left, so they're gonna have to make a move here. Are they gonna peek that? Or are they gonna decide to rotate around?
That is the tough question, but Valhalla in such a great position. Does check that window. Oh! Wasn't expecting to push in from Aquili's there. Very nice takedown there. That's going to be a crucial pick.
Abato's going to have to expose themselves to help defend this objective here. Where they can decide to peek in, but Aquili's is already on the move.
And with 40 seconds remaining, it's going to be a tough push here, but the cap certainly could come out if he can get to that angle. It doesn't look like Blondie has true vision. I mean, I think you've got to go a little bit further there. We've got to smoke. 20 seconds. Blondie on the... Oh, didn't land the shots there. Great attempt by Aquili's to take the objective. Blondie in a laydown position will survive and take him down. And access denied, get the second point for map number 3. What's your analysis on that round there, TB?
Stressful. Stressful to say the least. So we did get to see that I mean, just the miscommunication by Phantoms really is what I feel like the lost them that round. I feel like it would have gone in their favor if you know, if they would have capitalized on that smoke on Abato, and if they really would have stopped peeking the same angles their dead teammates, you know, died from, then they might be able to, would have been able to take that round in. But I mean, they weren't communicating, and they almost a team kill, but they didn't give. I mean, and the pushes weren't really synchronized. If they would have gave Achilles more time to rotate up and over, it would have been a different story, but it didn't, so Access Denied was able to take it, and just those missed shots by Achilles, I mean, if they hit those shots, it would have been a cap. Abato wouldn't have had time to react to that, and I mean, I don't think you can cap from the right side, but they can easily swing into the middle and cap, and Abato wouldn't have made it there in time. So, you know, it really should have been Phantoms, but didn't end up going that way.
Fantastic analysis there. Oh, very in-depth. Round number 4 has started, though. As Phantoms now on the defense, access denied potentially could close this out here with a cap.
Okay. This is your push. I'm following you. I'm just watching out. Peering over there.
Pilot Viper just acknowledging the fact that he is giving Abato the cover here. He's not sure where he's going. He's just hoping for the best. I'll say, though, I am liking the look of this push in comparison to our Phantom's approach. You know, that 3 in the south, 2 in the north. The south clearly going to be the driving force for this attack here. And we'll have to see how they do this. We have got Rossi going over there. Biggest team kill it. Oh, well, not, not killing your own team, but kill it on the team. And Valhalla successfully pinpoints Nuclear's position behind the tank there. it's gonna put a stop to any aggression. He is going to have to be taken out if access denied want to be able to push on the objective.
Ojo tu, Pablo.
Really liking this defense by Phantoms. I mean, just wow, just 2 picks already, and nothing that the offense can really do about that. I mean, just great angles that Phantoms are holding in.
No, they've just done so well to put a stop to this southern push. I mean, Valhalla all alone now. Got to try and push in on his own, similar to how Aquili's pushed on that last one. It's going to be very, very tough. Farragon getting a kill over in the north onto Pilot Viper, and we are very quickly down to 2 members of access denied to try and approach on this objective. And just like that, another one goes down. Abato for Farragon having a bit of a trade there, and Phantoms going to keep things even with their second point for map number 3.
The defensive by Phantoms were just amazing. I mean, I like seeing those off-meta positions, and even though some of them were common, having just a combination of 2, it really throws the access denied for a loop. And maybe access denied is getting tired of playing this match already, so might be trying to speed things up, as that was a quicker round than the ones we have previously been seeing. But has just been a Volk trade so far, so maybe could definitely be a go back to access denied winning, taking all 3 maps, but Phantoms also could get maybe a Marsoc round here onto upper dumpster, or not upper dumpster, lower dumpster here, and there's 2 really quick spawns for this objective, so it could go in favor of Phantoms here, and if they can just hold that next round, would be the end of the series, and they can do what access denied did to them in the last map. But I mean, both really great teams here, and I would love to see them face up in a few weeks. You know, I mean, certainly wasn't, I mean, as action-packed as the match last night, but I mean, then again, that's also Astra versus Boss Fight, 2 very well trained teams, so you're not going to get much more than that. And I mean, just beautiful plays by, I mean, I like NA casting, but EU is, I just love casting EU. It's nice.
EU, you never know what you're gonna get, do you? Really, I think you can always guess. I think that, like, you know, you play against an NA team, it's going to be a lot faster, more action-packed, and a lot faster pace, whereas EU, you just don't know. 1 minute they're fine, 1 minute, you know, they're rushing you on mid-house on Suburbia, so always got to watch that. Rossi trying to get into his famous position in that center bungalow, slowly making his way.
Got spotted, so I don't think Rossi's going to make it to their position, but
definitely going to try.
Ooh.
I think even just standing behind this wall, though, still a good spot, really, for even just a minute or 2, just to see what you can see. But it does look like we are going to see Tipo see if he can get the shots.
Okay, acaba de entrar.
It's not. Now Rossi has a foothold and are going to hold him hostage, but none of Access Denied have spawned anyone from Phantoms behind the defense. So I mean, no one's even in the downstairs area of the objective. So if Paragon just runs in for the cap, they would get it. I mean, unless Rossi decides to look that way, but if they don't, then it's a cap for Phantoms ending the series.
Indeed, it could be. We do see the laser from Valhalla, though, slowly hovering above Farragon's head. Has made that acknowledgement of this push. It is Brothel certainly is a very strong position for this objective. You're able to kind of just keep an eye on quite a lot of things. But the key thing is getting those picks. You want to reduce Volk down to 2 or 3 members and just get those sightlines cleared out. Farragon and Pilot Viper having a bit of a trade there. Farragon only down though. Going to be able to get the revive onto him.
With that pick, that opens up the entire upper dumpster. I mean, this defense, they're very spread out, but it also is very easy for Phantoms to cap here. I mean, if they just crawl towards the objective, they will get the cap, as Rossi is not able to see that sight line. They can only see so low before they aren't able to see Phantoms. And we are going to see that revive come out onto Farragon, just leaving the 2 to push from south and go for that cap, and be a really nice way to end the series, but also a big morale booster for Phantoms taking the map on a cap.
That it would be indeed, and with Rossi's positioning being so far away, he definitely wouldn't be able to rotate in time if they did make it into that basement. Certainly the biggest place you have to be watching. Rossi does get a kill onto Nuclear though.
That smoke's gonna blind Blondie there, or no, not Blondie, Rossi there, but does... Oh, Farragon goes down to Valhalla.
Yes, he has that overarching Luke from the brothel there. Very good position. Don't smoke out the cross between the stables and the North HQ. And he's got that sight line. You're not going to make it through. Rossi goes down to Aquili's great play onto onto that center bungalow. Tippo going down to Valhalla though. That overarching Luke causing more pain.
Pablo in a great position. If they don't peek this window, they might not get picked up by Abato, or they might take Abato here. Abato's not careful enough. But, I mean, just a rotation from the south side from Pablo would mean a cap for Phantoms, as no one can see that push. Revive is going to come out, leaving it still a 3v3, but I would really like for Pablo to go for that run into the basement and go for that cap.
Yes, you are right there. You know, there is next to no cover whatsoever into this basement. All Pablo needs to do is move around on the north. Potentially Blondie could hear it and try and make a rotation, but if he's quick enough, he will get in, but he's getting a little bit hung up on trying to take Abato out here.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that tunnel vision. Hippo's most likely going to get this revive off here. Unless they aren't laid down. Oh, Achilles pop-up is going to give it away, but they are still going to be up. Oh, Valhalla picking off both of them.
Great play, but
Pablo's going to go for
the north.
Pablo.
He's going for it. He's going for it. He knows
Pablo
what he's
going
doing. Oh, come on. Straight to the basement. No, the basement. The basement.
No,
the
basement.
No.
Oh. No, go back down. Go to the basement.
The basement! Blondie's heard it! Comes around now, and that's not what you wanted. Blondie gonna go down!
Go to the basement! Go to the basement! No, don't peek that! Basement!
Oh, Valhalla goes down!
Basement!
Abato's so far away, cannot push in time, but I don't think Pablo knows about the cap in the bottom there. Maybe he's not a cap. Some players aren't. Oh, the flash! Abato playing this so well to defend the objective, but Pablo's tucked away in that corner, not going to get spotted out. Oh, Abato runs straight past. 20 seconds remaining. Oh, no, comes back out in the open and gets finished off. Pablo could have taken that map there, but not able to follow through.
I mean, I guess that works too. Just kill them all, but...
Oh.
Cap from the basement. Just go under. You don't be afraid. That would have been a cap.
That was a fantastic play. You know, it was just need a moment.
That was stressful.
That it was. You know, just those final moments of Pablo tucked away in that corner, and Abato just didn't check it or loop that way and gets taken out on the repeat. Just shout out though to the chat. Dancod for giving us a follow there. Nater Tater, thank you very much for the follow. Salty Food cheering for 1 bit, and John the Player 911 following us also. Thank you very much for showing your support for the stream. Countdown coming in, and round number 6 is coming at you. Phantoms on the defense, just got to hold this against access denied now. Question does come down to it though, are they going to have such a relaxed defense that we saw from access denied? The same spawn is coming out for them.
Yep, come on up, Otto. I'm just gonna start laying down fire if I see some of them.
Is Nuclear gonna peek this valley? Be devastating, and they are.
Oh, Nuclear and Tipo getting some fantastic long-range shots there. And Valhalla going to get a refrag himself, though. But we are going to see access denied, down 2 players very early on. Tipo trying to get some desperate shots onto more movement. And access denied, really got to reconsider how they're going to approach from here. This spawn has been identified.
Yeah, Rosie did get spotted, but Valhalla is still up and able. But we are seeing Achilles holding an interesting angle here, something you don't really usually see. And no one in the downstairs. This could be a cap too. No one can see this backside.
And the movements are coming in from the south.
Is Valhalla just going to go straight for the back end? I mean, Valhalla is most likely to get picked off here on this cross by Tipo, but no one's watching the far south. If Rosie just comes straight to its objective, it would be a cap underneath.
And but Achilles is hearing all this movement from Valhalla, quickly peeks, doesn't get out of that doorway, now decides that it needs to move. But it is too little too late. Valhalla made more movements now behind this wall. Tipo not watching, and here he goes. He's going in. He's at the basement. This could be closed out now. He is in the basement. Tablet out. He's calling
tablet out.
There's the call out for Farragon. Farragon's running in. Not going to be able to get in time. Valhalla on the objective. It's a bit of a slow cap, but he has the time, has the backup, and just like that, access denied. Close this map out. Oh, but what a great show.
That was amazing. All of that work, Pablo. If only you had just gone in the basement. If you only had just capped.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them though, isn't it? You know, it's that experience coming out, and we've played this map so many times, so we know about that. Clearly, you know, this is probably one of the, you know, the newer to the game or newer to the Onward scene, and they just don't know about those caps yet. So after they have been through, gotten a bit more experience on the game, got some scrims in, and I'm sure they are definitely going to be a contending force. You know, the players that we're seeing tonight, still for a newish roster, certainly being fantastic. They're definitely showing a good level of cohesion. So Nuclear, hats off to you for putting that together and keeping them at that level. And but on that note, Phantoms have lost, and access denied have taken the victory here. All 3 maps, 12 points to 8 points, so they're going to be getting some good MMR for this and looking strong for the start of this season. And TB, final words from yourself?
No, it was a beautiful match, and the caps tonight were just amazing. I mean, I wouldn't have expected it to end how it did, but it certainly did end with a cap, and something I was hoping would happen last round, but it didn't go that way for Phantoms, as they didn't know about that spot. But I mean, it all comes down to experience on this map, and it's, you know, so yeah, just beautiful plays by both teams tonight, and the C4s by Rosie, and you know, just the caps by both teams. I mean, beautiful match and very entertaining. I feel like in the end, some great clips from both sides tonight, and hold on to those memories. So definitely clip up a lot of clips coming out tonight.
That they will be. You know, we've had some fantastic plays, like you say. Those C4s coming in from Rossi, fantastic, and I'm going to be looking forward to being able to catch more of that action. And if you want more VRML action, there is casts pretty much every single day on these channels. So make sure you are following twitch.tv/onward_VRML, VRML2 and VRML3. As always, we are still looking for some content creators, people who just want to get involved on the kind of production side and put their bit in. We always look for people, so give us a shout in the Onward Discord. Nightbot has been firing out the link, but we'll get that fired out at the end of this cast. So thank you all for watching tonight. I have been your host, Tbnroil has been my co-caster, and we are signing off for today.